I've got them all watered, and now I'm going to take my recordings, my video back, and then make labels so I can actually label them. And I'll put the labels in, and I got a 50-50 chance, right, to get it right. So anyhow, they're all watered, and I got some extra water, and boy, it's really wicking it up, even though I poured water through it twice. And it should be all wicked up before nighttime, so we'll see how it goes. So from Sand Hollow Homestead, see you later. Little windy outside, but inside you can see we're approaching, oh, I don't know, 95 degrees in this greenhouse. Well, I've planted 3 different onions in this one tray. Now that's pretty condensed, but I'm planning on pulling them out, you know, block at a, you know, I'll try to cut out a block. Well, I've seeded 3 different onions. One of them is the Utah Yellow Sweet Spanish. The other one is the Elsa Craig onion. You can see they're yellow. So is the other one. And then this one, this is Ruby Red Onion. And we like red onions. They're usually very, very tasty when you fry them up, so forth. And this is from M.I. Gardner. And you can see you get 250 seeds in there for 99 cents. Now, I don't know about you, but that's a pretty good deal. And these are heirloom seeds, as it says. So, I put a lot of seed in there, and it's going to be quite condensed. But once they've come up enough, if they survive, they will be enough onions that I can separate them and then put them into other containers and then transplant them when I'm ready. So now I'm looking at a number of different flowers, and I'm hoping because this is the first time I've really grown flowers, I'm going to grow flowers in these bigger pots and see how it goes. I've got quite a few of these bigger pots, so that's what I'm going to try to do. I've got Cracker Jack Mix Marigold. It looks like it's a mixture of yellow and orange. This is Red Bachelor's Button. Now you folks that know the variety, this is perennial. The other one's annual. And they are different. Perennial Blue Bachelor's Button. So I've got a red one and I got a, well, it's kind of says blue. Now I am partially colorblind, so folks, when I say it's blue or it's purple to me, it is purple to me. Vera Lavender. Boy, doesn't that look pretty. Purple coneflower. Just marvelous. Those are so beautiful. Perennial. Zinnias. Isabella. Oh, Isabellina. Okay, I stand corrected. Peach Melba. They just sound interesting to me. Cosmo Picote. Isn't that a beautiful pink flower? You say it. Grenadine King of Blacks. So it's a black flower. Gonna be interesting. Hope I can get her to go. And oh, that's more of that. Don't know that I'll plant both of them this year. Violets. Aster Violet. Beautiful color. So anyhow, I've got a variety of flowers. And what I'm going to do is I'll go through and make sure that this is broken up good enough. I like to get the chunks out if I can. Any stems and any things that I feel could be a hindrance to the seed, I'll take them out. And then broadcast them in these. And then I'll probably take a little bit of soil, maybe a 1/4 inch or so. And just like I did on the other, when I did the onions, I will cover it about a 1/4 inch and make sure that it's watered. And then I got a job ahead of me in order to maintain this, because I've got to keep track of the moisture in here, being this on days it's getting up to 100 degrees in here or more. We've had it, gosh, I don't know, 108 degrees I think is about the highest I've seen, which is pretty warm. And it is something to, you know, you got to keep an eye on it. Now, I do have this electronic gadget that my son got set up for me, and it shoots a message. This is at the same level as my seedlings. So from the house, I can keep track of what the temperatures are. And I know for a fact that it gets pretty cold in here. And I do not plan on heating this thing. You never know. I may have to. But I'm sure hoping I don't. So with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and finish working these over. And then I will, yeah, that's pretty good. I will get in there and broadcast some seed, and we'll go from there. So this is where I'm at right now, and I'll show you these. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3 trays, 4 trays. So there's a total of 4 trays. There's about 5 of these containers in each tray. And my thought was, if I add the water to these trays, put in about 3/4 inch to an inch, and then get these things good and wet, then all I have to do is maintain the water in these trays, and it should wick up. Now I'll just have to watch that close, because in a day or two, depending on how hot it is here, it could really suck that water up, and in 2 days it could be dry. So if that happens in the house, where I've got approximately 65 degrees in the house, out here where it's 100, it's going to dry up a lot faster. You folks that have been doing the greenhouse for a long time, you're quite aware of that. Most of my greenhouses were, well, they've never been this tight, this airtight. So yes, I will be looking at a fan up there, exhaust fan. And then what I will do is I've prepared a panel over here at this end that I can take out, and I'll install a screen so that this summer I have a screen so that the air can come through, and the cooler air should rush in on this panel over here. And then the theory is that it'll go up out there because the heat rises, right? Now that's my theory. I am sure hoping that it works that way. Enough said. I got to get down to doing it. So after adding some water to these containers, I've decided that I would have 3 containers of the Aster Violet, and then 2 of the blue Bachelor Button. Then I'll have 2 containers of the Grenadine King of Blacks, and then 3 purple coneflowers. And keep in mind that there's enough seeds in here that I won't be using all the seeds. I still have a bunch of other containers to go. Then I have 2 containers of Picote Cosmo, and then this red batcher will do 3. And then we'll do 2 of the Peach Melba and 3 of Isabellina, and I might switch that around. We'll see. But anyhow, this is kind of a document of what I'm doing, and then these are going to get shifted into a different position so I can get to the ones in the back. And I got a bunch of them to do in the back. I guess you can guess that I took my sweater off, right? It's hotter than blazes out here. Yeah, I got a little hot, so decided to take my sweater off. Now the first batch of containers are done. And if I can remember the positioning where I put them, then I'll remember the names of them. If not, I can tell when they blossom. You know, I'm real smart about this. This is the first time I've done flowers, so excuse me for my ignorance. Probably should have had my notepad out here, and I should have stuck some labels in there, and I might come back and do that. So anyhow, here we are. This is the second batch, and I've got 3 Vera lavender flowers, and then I've got 2 of the Crackerjack Mix Marigold. Those are pretty good size seeds. I was impressed. The Bachelor, Red Bachelor button, 2 of those, and 3 of the blue. And man, they're pretty. I hope they can make it. This is going to be a kick if I can get these things to grow. And over here we have the Cosmo Picote, beautiful pink. And I got some more pink, or actually it says purple coneflower, okay? Forgive me for my blindness, my color blindness, but colors look about the same to me. Okay, here we have Zinnia Isabellina. Yeah. If you're familiar with them, tell me a little bit about them. And then we have Nasturtium. I don't know how you say it. Peach Melba. I can say that. So if that's Peach Melba, I assume that it's kind of a peach color. It looks like in the inside, in the middle. So that ought to be real pretty. And there's 4 of each. You notice that these are a little bit smaller containers, so I had to plan accordingly. So there's 4 of each type in these last ones, where there's either 3 or 2 in this one. Keep in mind, it's kind of a repeat because I have those identified in the other ones as well. Okay, I'm thinking, I do have to put a little dirt on these, okay? I'm going to take these packs out, and I'm going to throw a little dirt on the top, 1/4 inch or so, and then I'll water it down and put water in these trays like I did the others so it can wick. And then I think I've got enough done that, you know, I've got the onions done in that tray. We'll see how that comes. Oh, by the way, you're probably wondering, what are those seeds over there? Well, you know, Barton, we just took one of our banana squash out of our pantry shed. And I also took a Hubbard squash. And so, was it Hubbard? Well, anyhow, I get messed up on some of those. Anyhow, we've got the seeds from them. Barton is, well, he's Johnny on the spot, isn't he? He's learned from his dad, and he won't let his dad mess up too bad. Man, I was just hungry. I was thinking of eating, and he was thinking of seeds. No, that's a smart boy. You got to keep after it, and he does. He keeps me on the straight and narrow. So these onions look pretty good, and I think these flowers got a chance. Maybe. If you've got some tips on if I'm doing something wrong or if I'm doing something right, why don't you comment and let me know, because I'm I'm a newbie. I'm a beginner when it comes to flowers. Now, I usually buy my onions by bulbs, you know, and I start them that way. Well, this year I'm starting to buy seeds, so it's yeah, a little different for me because I've got this nice big greenhouse. And no, I haven't started any veggies, and I won't until probably April 1st. I might start some winter veggies, and I'll bring you out here and show you what I'm going to do. But for now, I wanted to get these flowers going. This is the time of year, it's my understanding, that in our zone we can start our flowers. So let's hope that they do okay. So anyhow, I'm going to put the dirt on, I'm going to get them watered, and then I'm going to pack it up. So from Sand Hollow Homestead, lots of food in our pantry. So we'll see you at supper time. Hope you're hungry. I've got them all watered, and now I'm going to take my recordings, my video back, and then make labels so I can actually label them. And I'll put the labels in, and I got a 50-50 chance, right, to get it right. So anyhow, they're all watered, and I got some extra water, and boy, it's really wicking it up, even though I poured water through it twice. And it should be all wicked up before nighttime. So we'll see how it goes. So from Sand Hollow Homestead, see you later.